This is Dom here, and I'm going to do a video tutorial for Photoshop. Quick text tutorial. I've done it a couple of times. I'm sure I've shown you this tutorial before, but in not video form. Now I'm using a Mac, so it's quite easy. So we'll open up Photoshop. And we're going to go to File, New, 500 by 500. Doesn't really matter what size the image is going to be, but I'd go for a fairly large. I'm going to do 500 by 500. Okay, so we got our image. I used to always start with a transparent background, but I've recently worked out from experience that starting with a white background is often a bit more useful for things like alignments. I'll show you actually. So, gonna go to the text tool, and we're gonna choose a font. I'm gonna go Myriad Pro. That doesn't really matter at all. And we're going to type our text, and I'm just going to do Zelda Universe, said you. So when using the background, when you have a white background, you can just shift click, so select both layers, go to the move tool, and then you can do all kinds of alignment work, which you cannot do with just a transparent background, because the transparent background isn't locked in the same way that you can do the same way that it's locked in a normal regular white background. I'm murmuring. So back to the text tutorial. Got our text. Make sure you have the text perfect as normal, like the text you want is going to be fine. So ZU, you can't really make many mistakes. Make sure you check the spelling, blah 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 blah, because the next set of steps, you can't edit the text after this step. So we're going to go to Layer. We are then going to go to, hang on, I've done something, oh yeah, select your text layer, then we're going to go to Layer, Type, Convert to Shape. Now convert to shape, hang on, let me just fix this. There, okay. Okay, so we're going to go to Layer, Type, Convert to Shape. Did that do it? Let's try that again. Layer, Type, Convert to Shape. There we go. So you'll see that it's now a vector shape and no longer text, so you can't edit it anymore. And you need to do it that way. So Layer, Type, Convert to Shape. Can't do it anymore because you've already done it. So it's all vectory, so when we do our transformation tools, the image will be nice and sharp, nice and crisp. So we're going to go to Image, no we're not, we're going to go to Edit, Transform Path, Perspective. So we get our perspective box. We're going to select this box and drag it upwards, and we're going to select this box and drag it leftwards. It's quite nice, all shiny and stuff. And then we're going to go to the ticky box for OK. So now you'll see that we've got quite a nice thing going on here. let's add some blending options. So right click, blending options. I like blending options. So we're going to go to stroke and stroke options, 2 pixel stroke, and we're going to go to color overlay. Let's choose a nice color. You can use gradient overlay, pattern overlay, whatever you want. Let's keep things simple and just do a color overlay like that. There we go. That would do. So now you got that. Let's get rid of the text tool, that's being annoying. So now you got this, it looks a bit funny. There we go, nice and sharp. So let's do some transformation. No. This is the almost last step. So have the layer selected. So you have that layer selected, and then we hold down the Alt key. It's the same on both Windows and Mac. Now we're going to press up and right several times in succession on our keyboard. So up, right, 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 up, right. However many times you want to do it. So now, if we look into our layer, if we look at our layer, we've got loads of layers, loads and loads of layers. We don't want all these layers, there's too many layers. So what we do is we select the topmost one, then we scroll down and select the bottommost, then we select the bottommost one, go all the way up to the top, hold down the shift key, so you've got all the layers selected, right click, no don't. Shortcut would be Command or Control. If you're using Windows, use Control, Command E, and that just merges all your layers. Thing is, now it's a raster layer. It's not a shape layer anymore. It's not a vector layer. So any transformations you do from here on will distort the image and it'll look blurry and stuff. Which is why I recommend starting with a large, image space and then making the text nice and big. So when you do all these transformations, and you end up with a nice sharp, nice 3D looking piece of text. And you can untick the background layer like I've done. Unclick the background layer, and there's no distortions around the edges, so it won't look it won't look messy on whatever image you put it on. So if I was to get a picture of my doggy. So put it into Photoshop. Isn't she beautiful? Select all, Control A, Command A, copy, Command C, Control C, Control V, Command V. It's not going to let me do it. Okay. Images side by side. Ah, that would be it, yeah. Make sure that they're selected. Are you sure? Yeah, why not? And there you have it. It's quite nice. Makes quite a good watermark. Quite a good watermark for images. All kinds of creative stuff like that. If you want to put a teeny tiny little mini signature in your signature, which is what, I don't know if the signature makers still do it, but back when I was a wee newbie, sig makers would put a little mini signature in the sigs they made for other people to show that they were the makers. And that's it.